So today I was craving some kimbap. This is going to be a low sodium recipe with low calories. So let's get started. So what you're going to need is 2 ounces of light spam. This is the one that's in the light blue can. It has less sodium and less calories. You're going to need 1 carrot, 60 grams of spinach, 2 eggs, and don't forget your braised burdock. I want to say that's what it's called, and your pickled radish. This is really nice because it comes with both of them included. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually use a fork, and I use this little contraption to make these little thin slices for the carrot. It makes a huge mess, but I like how they end up coming out instead of having to use a knife. I'm not a pro at that yet. So this is what it ends up looking like, and I'm just gonna put that on the side for now. And then we're gonna get those 2 eggs and start mixing them together and get a hot pan. I add just a little bit of spray oil and then I add the eggs. So what I do is I get each of the corners with a spatula and I start dispersing the liquid throughout the sides. You'll see me doing that, and that makes it easier to cook, and it's way easier to flip when you are trying to flip it. I don't know how to explain it. And so yeah, so let's go ahead and flip this, and it's gonna come out all nice and puffy like that, and that's what you want. Don't add any salt, don't add anything extra to the egg. Also, for the carrots, we're gonna go ahead and fry these. We're gonna add a little bit of spray. Don't be tempted to add salt or pepper or anything like that. Let's leave them just plain and simple. We're gonna do the same thing with the spinach, and we're gonna let that consume. And you know, the spinach they always get small, so this is what I ended up with, which is fine. It's more than enough to put on the 4 rolls. We're gonna go ahead and get our table ready. So we're gonna need rice, the spinach, the spam, everything is gonna be ready. I cut these in half just to reduce the sodium. Although they're so good, you still need just a little bit. Do 8 grams for each roll. And then the burdock, they're fine. They don't have as much sodium. Then we're gonna get the spam and do it into 8 little pieces, the egg, and then the rice ended up being half a cup. And once you measure, once it's done, it's 200 grams. So that rice, we're gonna get 50 grams per roll approximately, I wanna say. All right, let's get our nori sheet. We're gonna need some water for this as well, because I don't have a bamboo rolling mat. So I have to do this by hand. And we're gonna get some water and go ahead and squish the rice. Yes, it's not a lot of rice, but again, we want this to be low calorie. And we're gonna get all our stuff, our egg, our spam, everything that's needed in a little fashion like this. And then on the side, we're gonna add a little bit of water so it could stick together. You're gonna see me do that and keep rolling. And at the end, we need more water, and it ends up looking like this. If you have any piles that are still like open on the sides, just add a little bit of water. And then I'm gonna show you one more time on the other side how I do it. And again, add the 50 grams of rice, egg. It's kind of like a burrito. I am Hispanic, so I guess I have practice, rolling burritos. So that's why I ended up doing it like this. But yeah. And then I'm gonna do the 2 other rolls a little bit closer so you can see what I end up doing it. I feel like this is really, once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. I definitely will invest in a bamboo mat and end up seeing if I get the same result. I don't know how it is with that mat, so we'll see. Okay, and we roll these. I will say the more water you add to these, it's harder to cut, and you'll see me, I'll show you how I end up cutting these. Sometimes they come out nice, sometimes it's just hard to cut them in little pieces. I typically like eating them just like whole and just dipping them in like sriracha or whatever. But a lot of people like having them in little round circles, so yeah. Okay, so what you're gonna do if you want to cut them in circles is get a bowl with some water and your knife. I would say refrigerate these before and then cut them, but again, I don't know. This is how it looks on the inside, and you get the water, and that's it. You end up doing the circles. This is what it ends up looking like, and the ends are my favorite because they have all the excess popping out. And then if you want to eat them again in like just regular rolls, you can do that too. Anyways, enjoy.